A little girl finished her drawing. She looked at it, smiled quietly. For just a moment, she seemed proud of what she had created. Then, she turned around, held up the paper, and asked, "Do you like it?" The answer made her smile even more. Not because the drawing had changed, but because someone else approved of it. Many of us never stopped asking that same question. Perhaps the drawing changed into a new job, a relationship, a photo on social media, a business idea, or simply the person we became. But the question remained exactly the same. Is this good enough? Sometimes we ask it out loud. Sometimes we ask it silently. Every single day, we check for likes, wait for replies, replay conversations, wonder if we said the wrong thing, hope someone notices our effort, hope someone tells us, "You did well." There is nothing wrong with enjoying appreciation. We are human. We all want to feel seen. We all want to belong. The problem begins when appreciation turns into permission. Permission to feel proud. Permission to feel worthy. Permission to believe in ourselves. Little by little, our happiness begins to live in other people's hands. Imagine carrying a small golden key. It was meant to unlock your own confidence, your own peace, your own self-worth. But instead of keeping it, you hand it to everyone you meet. Tell me if I'm doing okay. Tell me if I'm enough. Tell me who I should become. At first, it feels safe. After all, if someone else approves, perhaps you won't make a mistake. But something strange happens. The more keys you give away, the less powerful your own voice becomes. Psychologists often describe this as part of human behavior. Our brains naturally seek acceptance because for thousands of years, belonging meant survival. Being accepted by the group once kept us alive. But today's world is very different. You no longer need everyone's approval to survive. Yet your mind still reacts as though rejection is dangerous. So every compliment feels like relief, and every criticism feels much heavier than it should. Without realizing it, you stop asking, "What do I think?" and begin asking, "What will everyone else think?" That is the moment your own key quietly leaves your pocket. Imagine standing in front of a long hallway. Along both sides are countless doors. On every door hangs a different name. Parents, friends, teachers, coworkers, strangers, social media. In your hand rests a small golden key. It was made to unlock only one door, your own. But instead, you spend your life walking from door to door, holding up your key and asking, "Will you tell me who I am?" Some people smile, some praise you, some barely notice. Others close the door without a word. Each reaction changes the way you feel about yourself. One compliment lifts your confidence. One criticism steals it away. Your value rises and falls like the weather, not because you changed, but because someone else's opinion did. Perhaps this is one of the quietest traps of seeking validation. You slowly forget that opinions are reflections, not definitions. Someone can misunderstand you without making you unworthy. Someone can dislike you without making you unlovable. Someone can reject you without proving you are not enough. Yet, our minds rarely see it that way because the brain is wired to notice rejection more than acceptance. Psychologists call this negativity bias. 100 kind words can be forgotten. One careless comment can stay with us for years, not because it is true, but because our brains are trying to protect us. The problem is, protection can quietly become a prison. You stop wearing what you truly like. You stop saying what you honestly believe. You stop chasing the dreams that don't receive applause. Little by little, your life begins to look successful from the outside, but unfamiliar from the inside. This is where emotional intelligence begins to change everything. It gently asks a different question. Instead of, "Do they approve of me?" it asks, "Am I living in a way that feels honest to myself?" Because confidence doesn't appear the moment everyone claps for you. It quietly grows the first time you choose your own voice over the noise around you. Perhaps the golden key was never supposed to open other people's doors. Perhaps it was always meant to unlock the one inside you. There is an old story about a traveler who spent his entire life searching for a key. He believed that somewhere in the world there was a key that would finally unlock his happiness. So he traveled from city to city. Whenever he met someone wise, he would ask, "Do you have the key?" Some handed him beautiful golden keys. Others offered silver ones. A few insisted their key was the only one worth carrying. The traveler accepted them all. Soon, his pockets became heavy. His hands were full. His backpack overflowed with keys. Yet somehow, every door he tried remained locked. Years passed. One evening, he arrived at a quiet little house at the edge of a forest. There was no crowd, no applause, no advice, only an old wooden door. He reached into his pocket, looking for another borrowed key. Instead, something small caught his attention. Hidden beneath all the others was a tiny key he had carried since the very beginning. It wasn't shiny. It wasn't impressive. In fact, he had almost forgotten it was there. Curious, he picked it up. It fit perfectly into the old wooden door. The lock opened without resistance. Inside, there was no treasure, no medals, no audience, no voices telling him he was finally enough. There was only a quiet room filled with sunlight, peace, and silence. For the first time, he understood what he had been searching for had never been missing. He had simply spent too many years believing someone else held the key. Perhaps we do the same. We wait for compliments before believing in ourselves. We wait for permission before chasing our dreams. We wait for approval before allowing ourselves to feel worthy. But the strange thing is, approval can never stay forever. People change, opinions change, expectations change. If your self-worth depends on all of them, your peace will change with them too. This is why human behavior often leads us to seek validation, but emotional intelligence invites us to return home, not to become perfect, not to ignore feedback, but to remember that feedback should guide your growth, not define your value. The next time you catch yourself asking, "Do they think I'm enough?" Pause for just a moment. Reach into your own pocket. The key has been there all along. It has always belonged to you. Thank you for spending these moments with Psychology Canvas. If today's story helped you see yourself a little more clearly, subscribe for more videos exploring human behavior, emotional intelligence, and overthinking, because sometimes understanding yourself is the first step toward finally becoming free.